Hello, welcome back. So today we are gonna solve this problem. The first one is plus minus. Let's go there. Okay, plus minus. Given an array of integers, calculate the ratios of its elements, positive, negative, and zero. Okay. So let's say you have 1, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 1. There are 6 elements, 2 positive, 2 negative, and 1 0. What you can do is the positive one per the count, and then you negative one per the count, and the zero per the count. Oh, okay, got it. So okay, let's see the sample input and sample output. You have two negative number here, you have 1 0 here, and you have 3 positive. Okay, just like what is said here. So you calculate the ratio, you just divide it by its count. Okay. Maybe what I can do is okay, we have parameter of array of integer. I can do something like this, right? First, I want to store the count to a variable so that I will not call the array.count many times, since the count gonna use many time here. We store the count. What I want to do next is I want to loop for all of the items from all the item in the array. So I will just linear loop here, and what I want to do next is inside the loop I want to check the if if it is 0, then I will add count for 0 number plus, yeah, something like that. If it is minus, this lower than 0, it is count for -1 to plus, yeah. If it is more than 0, then I make the count of +1 plus. Oh, okay, maybe we can do something like this, and then at the end we can do something like print all item. Okay, we have the count, right? We need to calculate the ratio, so I will make 3 variables, or I will just print it. Okay, maybe we make variables to store each ratios. Maybe I can make 3 variables to distinct every variable, or I can just use array, but I think I will just 3 variable for here. I'm gonna memory problem though, but let's go with it. Since it is a return void, maybe I can just print. Yeah, I can just print here. Print all the values, all the ratios. Okay, store the count. What we can do is we have let count rr count equals array dot count. Yeah. What we want to do next is we for loop for I in 0 to the end of the array dot count, sorry, array count. We check if array I equals 0, then we store the count. To store the count, we need to make variable, right? So I think I need to make 3 variables for count. So var, let's make the minus is x, the 0 is y, and the positive is z. X equals x count equals 0 for x ratios y count equals 0, and for z count for 0. This one for negative, this one for 0, and this one for positive. Zero number, negative numbers, positive numbers, yeah, something like this. And array I equals 0. So what we can do is we check if the array of index I is value is 0. We can do make the because we have the x, maybe we can do something like this. Lower than 1, we can make it x count plus 1, and then else if array equals 0, we make the count plus 1. Else if array index I more than 0, which is positive, z count plus 1. So we have this count. The next thing I want to do is I want to save these ratios. So the ratio gonna, I think I'm let x ratio equals x count per array count, and then I can make let y ratio equals y count array count, let z ratio equals z count divide by array count, and print all the ratios. To print it, what is the format? Separated by size. Okay. I can just print something like this: string dot format %f for the x ratio. Can do the same for the other, for this one to y, this one to z. Yeah, can do something like this. And the problem here is that it is in the integer form. We need to make it to the double of float. So what we can do is we make the one of these to the double or float. Maybe I can just make the count to double, and I will do the same for other. We cast it to the double, and then we print them. And to make sure it returns 6-digit of trailing decimals, by default %f identifier already 6 trailing decimal numbers. Maybe we can just run to see if we do something wrong. Oops, compilation error. You cannot apply to the operand type double and integer. Okay, so you want to say that array count is integer and we have double. Okay, to solve that, we can use something like this: double array count. You can do the same to the other. Okay, is there another error? Okay, alright, maybe we can just run another time to check if we do something wrong. Oh, there's no string.format. The right thing to do string format is you put it format inside and then you put it something like this. Yeah, format. In Swift, you need to do something like this. Yeah, okay. Just run one again. Okay, I think we did the wrong value. I think the the code is right, but the order is wrong. You see this? Our output is 0.3 and the expected output is 0.5, 0.3 and 0.6. Okay, to check this, we have to check the input again. We start from the positive and then we go to the negative and then we go to the 0. Oh, okay, like that. So positive, negative and the 0. To do that, we need to arrange this ID like this. We have the positive and then we have the negative and then we have the 0. Since we make it something like this, right? You can change the value here, or you can just order it like this. I think we have done it. Let's go. Alright, we passed to the sample test case, 2 of the sample test case. Let's submit the code to check if we cover all of the test case. Oh, there's 11 test case. Alright, we pass all of the 11 test case. Okay, I think this solution can be more shorter, but this is the concept here. Yeah, you make store the count so you don't call the array count multiple times. You store the count for the negative, 0 and positive, and then you count by the for loop if it is below 0, equal 0, or more than 0, or it is positive. And then you have variables for you to print. And just now we have error that it is double and integer. Since array count is integer, you need to cast it to double. You can do, for more simple, you can make the array count to double though. And then, or you can make the x count to double also by adding this decimal 0.0. And then you print the string format. We also have error here because it is not string.format, but it's a string parenthesis format with the parameter of the formatter and the value. Right, we have solved it. We have solved the plus minus problem. Thank you.